Hey, and the president said, study, get a good job, and work very hard, and we will give your money to someone who didn't. Pretty much it. Hey, student loans and so many other things that this guy does. I mean, it's kind of wild. The left-wing wackos, their playbook is full of points to lie, cheat, steal, political interference always. Look what they're doing to Trump. I mean, it's amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, who can get sued that many times? And for things that Clinton and so many other people actually did, she said that the election was stolen from her, and I don't see her getting, you know, all of these things laid against her, charges. I mean, it's just strange. I mean, privacy, government overreach, and so on. Most people seem to have bought into this fallacy of believing that, hey, if I didn't do anything wrong, why do I care? It doesn't matter that they spy on me all the time because I'm innocent. That's not right. I mean, you got to think differently than that if you can think. Because it's about you. It's about your privacy. It's not about what you didn't do. It's about what they do. And it's just an invasion. It's an invasion of your life, of your thoughts. Data is used to anticipate your behavior. Computers are being taught to think and act like a human. The technology, of course, is terrifying. All of that is what it is, but you need to have your privacy going through your life, and the government has removed that from you. I mean, you phone a government agency and they say, what's your number? More or less, all kinds of different numbers before they get into it, right? Let's talk about the healthcare system in Canada, just a little talk. I've only been kind of, I don't know, emerged in it in the last few days with a family member who's sick. And it always interests me when people say, it's free, it's great, the government's going to look after us. It is the worst managed system in Canada, anywhere in the world. It's horrible. I mean, if you're 80 years old, and I know a guy who was 80 and he needed some body parts and his best before date was already up, and they put him on a 2-year waiting list. And my recent experience is a fella desperately needs pain management, and they keep sending him home, and they say, you know, you're on a 6 to 12 month waiting list. By then, you're going to be a drug addict because of all the morphine and everything they're shooting into you. I mean, it is just horrible. And doctors, I've spoken to several of them, and they said, you know what? We took an oath to help people. We're unable to do that because of government, what they don't do, and of course, what they do. Fill out 19 forms to say this, right? And it goes on, and it's just a terrible system. So those of you who say it's free, think for a minute. Who pays the doctors? The nurses. Who pays them? It's with money, so it ain't free. Somebody's doing that, and guess what? It's actually you. I mean, I think it's upwards of $10,000 per taxpayer in Canada per year for this free system, and it's done terribly. I mean, an MRI, you go to Australia, go to other countries, you can get an MRI right away. Even the pay ones in Canada, and there's few of those because the government says you can't do that. You're interfering with our communist system. But the ones that have kind of found a loophole, and they're there at the moment at least, they too have waiting lists. They're backed up and so on. So it's a poorly managed system, and people are in a lot of pain. And the people that don't have family members to care for them, to kind of walk them through the system, they die alone. California governor, he's a commie as well, and he's gone to Target here recently and said, hey, you guys, you've taken out all the gay stuff in your store because you're worried about a backlash like the beer company had, and how dare you, you're setting back the gay movement for, you know, many, many years, and it's terrible. You're attacking the gay community. And then he goes on to say, wake up, America, you're next. I hope so. That would be nice. Be gay, be whatever you want. Stop sharing. I don't need to know all of this stuff. Ah! Hey, now let's swing over to Canada to these gun laws. I mean, criminals have guns, and the laws don't apply to them. In Canada, it is so screwed up. The good people, the guys that go through all of the background testing and other testing to get license and so on, they're having their guns and their rights removed. And yet the bad guys, if you commit a crime with a gun, you've had your sentences reduced because you had a poor childhood, right? Law-abiding citizens are being left defenseless against the bad guys who have guns that are now, they're bolder because they can come into your house and do a bad thing, and they don't get the punishment that they used to get. You know, it's a violation of your human rights. I mean, to defend yourself with any tool, that is your right. The government of Canada said that's not your right. They don't have the right to say or do that, but they've done that. And, you know, swing over to me. I'm able to talk about my positions like this on controversial issues because I don't rely on anyone for money or input or anything, and I feel obligated to kind of do what I do, and I don't care about things, you know, like having half of the people not like me because somebody has to say this stuff. And politicians try it. They try to have everybody like them. It's not possible. When you sit in the middle of events, it kind of gets sore, don't you know? So, hey, what's right? I know one thing, the left, it ain't right. It's a terrible thing. We gotta fix it. Hey, see ya.